Hey everybody, another little video I wanted to share with you a few little interesting things. This is from the movie Transcendence. I suggest if you want to understand a lot of what they're showing us, it's in our face. It's, you can watch this movie. It's really good. In the beginning of the movie, I think it's interesting right at the beginning of the movie, they, show you this, Unplug. So, which takes me to this here, Gordy Rose.
Before in the history of humanity, making the Industrial Revolution look like a little tiny blip on the path that humans have taken from when we emerged from the ooze a few billion years ago. We are right on the verge of that transition now. So this guy, Rich Sutton, is one of the most famous people in the academic world of AI. And like many, when asked, when will this happen, he says things like this. 25% chance within 13 years of this thing that I'm talking about. When you think about what you read on the news, CNN, BuzzFeed, whatever, they're all kind of the same nowadays. Think about how unimportant that thing is that you're reading if this is true. Yeah? So what does this have to do with aliens? So Sam Harris, who I quite admire, is a very interesting guy, was reciting this parable at a TED Talk that he was giving, and it goes something like this. So I am, say I'm the President of the United States. So I received this message from the heavens. So my microwave dish, my SETI dish, finally captures something. And what it says is, in 50 years, or 13 years, we're coming to your planet. You got to be ready. Now just imagine what would happen if that happened. A super intelligent alien race beamed down a message to all of us Earthlings saying, we're coming July 13th, 2030, and boy, you better be ready because the mothership is landing right on the front lawn of the White House or wherever you wanted to land on that day. The amount...
Okay, notice he's got the Ouroboros here also, right here. If you get the flight radar tracker and you look at the weather, it'll show a pattern of this when it's raining. So how you can see how the rain is being controlled, and so it makes this exact same pattern. If you get the flight radar 24 tracker, and you'll notice these diamond shapes, the weather pattern makes. But let me just go further here and hurry this along.
One of the guys who talks about this is Elon, who says things like this, like, when you do this, beware, because you think, just like the guy in the stories, that when you do this, you're going to put that little guy in a pentagram, and you're going to have your holy water out, and you're going to wave it at the thing, and by God, it's going to do exactly what you say and not one thing more, but it never works out that way. So this is an attitude that some are having, this emerging alarmism about the way this is going to go. But these words, demons, doesn't capture the essence of what's happening here. I don't know if any of you are turn-of-the-century weird fiction fans, but there's this guy named H.P. Lovecraft, who's a very famous American weird fiction author. And he espoused a view which is called cosmicism. And the essence of cosmicism is cosmic indifference. So what he was saying is basically, yes, there are these massively intelligent entities out there, but they're not good, they're not evil. They just don't give a shit about you even in the slightest. The same way that you don't care about an ant is the same way they're not going to care about you. And these things that we're summoning into the world now are not demons, they're not evil, but they're more like the Lovecraftian great old ones. There are entities that are not necessarily going to be aligned with what we want. So this transition is really, really massively important for our entire species to navigate. And going back to that thing that Sam Harris was saying, nobody is paying attention. This thing is happening in the background. while people bicker about politics and what's going to be in the healthcare plan in the U.S., and underneath it all is this rising tsunami that, if we're not careful, is going to wipe us all out.
Really interesting that, people can't see this. Also, towards the end of the video here, let's see.
That when we do this,
we are hiring demonologist software engineers.
That are going to make us a lot of money just because
Demonologist software engineers.
We do it because we understand.
So, I just think it's really interesting. I was looking up some stuff, and Lockheed Martin signed a multi-year contract with D-Wave Systems May 25th, 2011. August the 20th, 2015, D-Wave 2X came out. And then in September 23rd, remember September 23rd, 2015, Sun was at full power. And then September 28th, 2015, that was within the same month, they installed the Quantum Artificial Intelligence Lab at NASA. And then February 14, 2015, Sophia was activated. And then June the 1st, 2016, the Gothard Tunnel was opened. And then in January 2017, D-Wave 2000Q came out. And so just so you know, Lockheed Martin, Google, NASA, USR, the University of Space Research use the D-Wave. And D-Wave, think about delta wave, your sleep wave. Sleep is when you're in your deepest sleep. So my going back here, suggestion is unplug your Wi-Fi at night while you sleep. Try to unplug as much as you can. And if you haven't seen the movie Transcendence, it's interesting to see, what they are really showing you. So anyway, I just wanted to share this little information with everybody, and thank you. Have a wonderful day.